If you haven't noticed yet, the world is being changed by advances in technology. The changes are coming so fast that it has been hard for schools to keep up. Just because the technology exists doesn't mean that school budgets can afford it. At Stafford High School, one enterprising teacher managed to get her students a sneak peek at something only college students may use. This is a polymerase chain reaction machine, or a PCR machine. What does it do? Advanced biology teacher Camille Merck tries to explain.
Basically, what happens in the PCR machine is that the PCR machine controls the temperature levels. And in that process, as you're changing the temperatures, it's allowing your DNA strands to separate. It allows primers, forward and reverse primers, to come in and bind, and then you use your polymerase to build additional DNA strands. And
I said tries to explain because I drifted off and started to think about donuts. Perhaps an analogy would be better for me.
Imagine taking a book that's 400 pages, right? But I'm only interested in pages 4 and 12, right? I don't want to make a copy of the entire book over and over and over again just to get more copies of 4 and more copies of 12, right? But if I can find a way to just make a bunch of copies of 4 and just make a bunch of copies of 12 and make that very rapidly, like on a Xerox machine, that would be far more beneficial, because that's really all I'm interested in rather than an entire book.
Okay, so this little box can take a small sample of DNA and make copies. As many copies as someone might need.
But it helps you in a variety of things. It could be used for paternity testing. It could be used in forensics. It could be used for personalized medicine. Think about archaeology, right? If we unearthed a lot of specimens, we could compare the familial relationships there, maybe build a pedigree, or maybe identify that they're not actually related at all. So you can use it in a lot of areas.
At a professional development training, Merck and other teachers heard about the chance to get loaner PCR machines in their classroom.
And so we're all, at the AP training, we're all signing up for the mailing list right there. Get your phone or your computer out and sign up right then. Because everybody was excited about this possibility that maybe we could actually do PCR with our kids, because otherwise that's not a reality for us. And these aren't small schools. These are big schools. There were people from Pearland, people from HISD. There were people from the San Antonio area, from private schools that just didn't have access to this technology. And so we all signed up. And I have to say, I was diligently monitoring my email, waiting for the email to come out that this was open to apply. So, of course, as soon as it was open, with that first day, I had already applied for it, because I knew this was something I wanted our kids to experience, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of interest in it, and there was probably going to be a lot of competition for it, and I wanted to make sure that I got my application in right away, because I knew it was important for our students to have this opportunity.
Her commitment paid off. The advanced biology students were able to do an experiment with the PCR machines. The scenario? Which food on the space station might be giving astronauts food poisoning?
You go through the process of taking out the sample and placing it into the PCR tubes. And then from there, you could put it into the mini PCR machine. It takes about 15 to 30 minutes to get the samples, and then you put it into gel. And all of this is like a very strict process, and you need to be precise, or you're gonna have to start all over. Being able to copy and make copies of DNA within a matter of minutes is just truly amazing, and it's just gonna push the world forward.
Yeah, actually it's pretty cool having it there, because I heard we were one of the first high schools to use it. So I mean, yeah, it was pretty expensive equipment, so I mean, using it was pretty cool. So I mean, I have a head start over other kids who didn't use it in high school, so yeah.
I think it's really important for students around the nation to have the opportunity to do PCR and work through that process, do gel electrophoresis, and have that experience before they get to college. Because if they're really thinking about pursuing a career in STEM, they're going to need more experience than they're getting right now. And this is making that a reality instead of a pie-in-the-sky dream.
The advanced biology kids saw something that few other high school students have: the future. For Spartan Spotlight, I'm John Woods.